Free VR games. That's right, today we're going to be talking about the best free VR games on the Quest platform. With so many incredible games out there, finding the best free experience can be a challenge, but don't worry, today I've got you covered. Whether you're interested in intense battles, social chaos, creative fun, well, today I've got the top 10 best VR games that you can try and play as of right now. But of course, before we dive into this, a ton of you are watching these videos unsubscribed, and that's crazy to me because you could have these videos delivered right to your face every time they come out. So of course, if you've been watching this for a while and you're not subscribed, well then hit that bloody subscribe button. And indeed, if you enjoyed this video as well, then smash like. It really does make a difference and it helps these videos get seen more. Now, let's dive into our very first game on the list, and that is Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is a brand new free-to-play experience from Sin Studio, actually the studio where I work. Battlegrounds is a fast-paced, high-energy game where you're going to fly around on freaking grappling hooks. Yeah, that's right, you absolutely feel like blinking Spider-Man as you are going to grappling hook your way around this map and get into intense sword fighting battles. Not only that, but there's a ton of gadgets and fun to be had in this, as well as a ton of different game modes, things like the King's Crown or even Mage Wars, where you're going to have to fight over a major staff which quite literally can blow up an entire bunch of people at once. It's a ton of fun and there's loads to explore inside of this game, so jump into this now. This game is a ton of fun, definitely one to check out. If you haven't already, make sure you go check out Battlegrounds. Next up we have Population 1. Now this game has been free to play for quite some time now. There really is no excuse not to dive in and check this one out. Pop 1 really takes things to a whole new level, literally, as you can fly, climb and glide your way around this map, really just having an insane time in an open world feeling map. Every match really just changes up the strategy and verticality depending on how you're going to be playing this, plus it's a squad based game, so really you get to get in there with a couple of people, either make some new friends or take some existing friends in there and just get in there and go freaking crazy. There's also some other stuff in this as well nowadays, like the sandbox. Next up we have, well, the OG, it's Gorilla Tag. You really couldn't make one of these videos without talking about Gorilla Tag, so today of course I had to include it into this list. If you somehow haven't played yet, well, this game is an absolute chaos. There are no real controls to speak of other than your monkey paws bringing you around, getting you into the action, and of course climbing, moving and chasing your friends around, because you're going to be playing Gorilla Tag, baby. Whether you're playing tag or going around some of the cool custom maps, this is one of the more addictive VR experiences out there and it's just a freaking ton of fun. So GT, get in there. Next up we have Rec Room. This is again like an oldie but a freaking goldie. When it comes to games that are free to play, Rec Room really still is up there in that creativity and fun experience. This is one of those ultimate social VR hubs where you can create your own games, play through thousands and thousands of user generated experiences, or just chill and hang out with friends. Whether you're in a battle royale, a horror game or even paintball, Rec Room has got something for everyone to dive into and just enjoy. Whether you're on your own or with a group of friends, you're gonna have a frigging good time in this. Next up we have Orion Drift, and this is a brand new game coming from, well, the team that made Gorilla Tag. This is one of those ones that's actually a freaking ton of fun and took me by complete surprise when I jumped in to check it out for myself. This game has a ton going on in it, a bunch of different game modes, and of course it really just ups the ante when there's just so many people involved as well. There is a ton of people in each of these servers. You get to jump between the different decks on this cool looking space thing, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I gotta say, I had a really good time jumping into this. It surprised me quite a bit. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as comprehensive as it is, and not only that, I feel like this is still the early days to this game as well, so there's plenty more to be coming in near future updates. Next up we have Spiders, and this is actually a relatively new game again. This one is really just taking a very different angle. No more gorilla physics, this one now takes on spider physics. You're going to have 8 legs and you're going to be able to do all the things that a spider can. This game actually is surprisingly good fun. I jumped into it just to check it out before putting it on this list, and it was kind of crazy. They've just put this brand new update in there as well, where you can become the exterminator, meaning you get a chance to take out all the other spiders in the map. It actually adds a lot of fun to this because it adds that sort of verticality to the game, and I just think this game has a lot of promise. Is it perfect right now? No, but I feel like this game has a lot of potential to become something very special in the future. Definitely one to try because again, it's just fun, it's free, so you haven't really got anything to lose by giving this a go. I feel like it might take you by surprise. Next up we have Animal Company VR. Now this is honestly one of my top games when it comes to the free to play stuff. I really enjoy this one, and it's kind of hilarious because I thought I would absolutely hate it right up until a friend of mine brought me in there so that I could experience it for myself, and well, I absolutely enjoyed myself a little bit too much. I was very surprised at just how much fun this game could actually be. Now, Animal Company is a multiplayer adventure game where you and your friends explore eerie environments, collect loot, and try not to be caught by absolutely freaking terrifying creatures. This is a bit of like Lethal Company mixed in with VR and Gorilla Tag, of course, giving it really just that sort of like more intensity because it actually has that sort of touch of horror to it, as well as a ton of customizability and loads of unlocks to keep you busy throughout this game. This is one of those ones, like I said, took me completely by surprise. I thought I would just not like this type of game, and yet it completely captivated me. Animal Company is an absolute blast. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend you should. Next up, we have Yeeps, and this is really your creative free-to-play game where you're going to get in there, have a blast with your friends, and of course get a little bit creative. Now, Yeeps is a completely creative game where you're going to get in there and you're just going to be able to build some very cool things with you and your friends, whether it's a sky castle up in the air where you're going to need to use very specific items to be able to even get up there, or of course whether you want to just send that sky castle crumbling down by destroying it from the base below. You can do tons in this game, and there is an insane amount of gadgets to go with it as well as that. There's a bunch of user generated levels, so you can get in there, explore, and just have an absolute freaking blast. It's another one of those games where you get into it and oh my god, 2 hours has gone by, what the hell have I been doing? So definitely another one to be checking out. Next up, we have Fros VR. This is another new-ish one where you're going to be taking on the Gorilla Tag formula, except for now you're going to be a frog. Things just changed up just a little bit. Now, of course, there's a lot of these Gorilla Tag-esque type games in free-to-play, but this one sets itself apart slightly differently. Now, this one is a bit of a crazy multiplayer battle where your frog warrior takes on other players in a hilarious over-the-top combat with a unique weapon arenas, and every match feels just pretty much chaotic. So it's just one of those games where you're going to get in and absolutely fight the crap out of each other, but as frogs, and level up, getting cosmetics and doing your thing. It's pretty crazy. I'm not sure this is my favorite one of all of these free-to-play games, but nonetheless, it's in there. It's definitely one to check out if you want to be a frog. Now you can. Next up, we have Frenzies VR, and this is Endream's shot at free to play. This is actually a surprisingly good game if you can get into it. I feel like this is one of those ones that a lot of people completely overlook, but it is actually quite a fun experience if you can get in it with some friends. This is a neon dripped out experience, fast-paced action. Not only that, it's an arena-based shooter where the movement is important to your aim. You're going to be able to slide, grab, and do all the fun things that make an extremely quick-paced action fighter shooter what it should be. Expect high-speed combat, wall running, and some seriously intense firefights. If you love competitive shooters, this one actually kind of scratches that itch. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. That is a ton of free games that you can go and experience right now. I tried to pick a bit of a variety. Of course, right now you always hear like, oh, free to play equals Gorilla Tag clone. Well, not necessarily. As I've shown you in today's video, there are some Gorilla Tag clones, but there are also just a wide variety of different types of games that you can still get into for free as of right now and experience and just kind of delve into and figure out exactly what it is that you like to play in virtual reality. Not just that, but really when you get into these free games, I feel like they give you the itch to scratch when it comes to wanting to pay for maybe a paid experience, and you're going to find out what style of game it is for you, whether it be a shooter, whether it's going to be a running around craziness. You know, it just kind of gives you a taste for what you want out of virtual reality. Other than that though, guys, if you think there are more free to play games I have missed and just definitely should have been on this list, well, let me know your favorite free-to-play game in the comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, smash like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.